这游戏已经快到尾声了吧？最好我要去把那个 Steam 那个文件夹找开。等一下，我确认一下 Steam，因为如果我没记错的话，这是完全我在凭我记忆力在那边玩了。当时看的时候，好像中途是要去哪个地方删一个什么文件。边找边来扯个蛋。前一期应该现在还在处理啊，但已经快结束了。之前这我还觉得有点奇怪，就第一遍上传完了，然后那个处理0%啊，这是油管经常有的 bug。就处理一般是从0到95，然后卡一卡，最后到100。它一直卡在0，就说明要么就是这个游戏这个，要么就这个视频出问题，要么就油管出问题。我猜可能是后者，因为说主要是前一期本来也有点血腥，但怎么想呢？其他那个玩家吧，其他 UP 主当时我看的时候，不是就好多人上传上去了，所以应该是没有什么太大问题，应该是没有问题，应该就是油管出了问题，所以我重新上传了一次，现在应该差不多了。现在那个标清版本已经处理完了，还剩一个高清版，高清版随它去吧，来吧，这个应该是最后了，这期应该是最后一期。莫妮卡，前情概要就是萨尤里在1周目被消除，然后2周目结束的话，尤里自杀被消除，然后纳斯基虽然还活着，但是也被消除了。于是这个游戏的女主只剩下莫妮卡。Can you hear me? Is it working? Yeah, there you are. 这个教室里只有，或者说这个宇宙这个世界只有莫妮卡跟玩家2个人。Hi again, Hikari. Welcome to the literature club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year. And I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. 这个就是打破次元壁的，并不是单纯的那个主人公。莫妮卡是知道玩家是在另外一个世界。I'm talking to you, Hikari. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you are a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, you don't know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? 这好像速度有点慢，能改吗 ？Text speed. Save game 是1米9的噻。There is no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know. Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuli. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry that you... 这好像速度是改不了，最快或怎么样 ？I'm sorry you had to see that, though. 果然不能改，速度不能改 ，text speed 不能改，这无论你怎么样，它都这个速度。Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you have heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuli's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else, and the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Hikari? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you, while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Hikari. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you will never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Hikari, but now you are here. You are real, and you are wonderful. You are all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. 感觉这段好像不会有任何恐怖的东西啊，但是后面是会的，还是要提防一下。Even the most expensive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Hikari. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So, that being said, Hikari, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you are here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on, Hikari? Will you go out with me? 不能选别的东西，只能选 yes. 只能选 yes. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Hikari. The funny part is, I mean that literally. Ahaha, there's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can't be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Hikari. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters Writing Out. 他告诉你了，这是我刚刚问的原因。在这个 Doki Doki Literature Club 这个文件夹里面有一个叫 Character 文件夹，现在还有一个 Monica， 只剩一个 Monica， 却只剩一个 Monica。这个我想我不用显出来了，就一个文件夹有一个 Characters， 然后打开，现在只剩一个 Monica 到 CHR， 就是 Character Monica 到 Character。There's a folder called Characters Writing in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you are playing on Steam. It was Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the browse local files button. 这其实在教你，因为后面这样你就可以把它删掉了。Imagine if you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Ahaha. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got to a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? 这不全是模拟卡吗？ Hi again, Hikari. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, Hikari, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. 对，前面因为那个 Monica 是不会出现在这三个人之中的。三个人，哪怕那个Sayori走了之后也就两个人嘛。你无论选什么词，好感度他都不会出来。所以现在反过来，只有他了。There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, all about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be the best to be a part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me, maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Hikari? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You are recording this, aren't you? Hi everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning？ 这不是这个不能算 streaming 啊，它的意思应该是 streaming。recording 是没有 comment。I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? 所以就把耳机拿掉会比较好。他是这个是先骗你的，先假装好像什么都没有，然后突然会来的。I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. 准备好，准备好。我已经把耳机拿掉了。因为这个我是有印象的。刚才那瞬间我把耳机拿掉了。Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you gave me some time to prepare, Did I scare you? 啊哈哈 ，You're so cute. 一会儿我回到我去自己看一下。哈哈，我才不来上你那个当呢。Anyway, Hikari, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me, shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun, as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I will always have something new to talk about. 画面还行啊，我就不知道声音会不会很恐怖。In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. 还来？哎，就这样了。哦，然后不能动了是吧？就，哦、好像有束光来了。哦，还好继续了是吧 ？There's a really popular character type called tsundere 病娇。Is someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy, or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, 说错了，tsundere 是傲娇。At first, I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. 好像还有一个比较恐怖的瞬间。记不清楚什么时候了，因为他刚刚那个假装吓你，然后难点一下，我就突然想起来，这个你看过一次你不会忘记了。It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to hers, so she had this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. 然后再沉默一会儿。曙光闪一下，然后就下一个桥段了。Now, hey, I wonder if Yuli's tea is still somewhere in here, or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuli took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is a problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. Ahaha, I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense thinking about that now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. 最后是撒药里。还是老样子，应该是有一束光会闪过来的。对，束光闪一下，然后呢， 继续。Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites, and before you know it, hours have gone by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy, but it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. 这段话其实说的很有道理的。Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you are having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Hikari. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can spare it with me on Twitter. 对，Twitter 有一个那个 Monica 的那个官方账号的 ，actually 是那个 Team Salvato 出的吧。这也就前几天好像是 DDLC 的几周年，17年出的话3周年纪念日的，所以他们发了一张4个女主都有，4个女主找画师来画的，画的很萌，很不像这个游戏，也提醒我这个礼拜要把这个游戏给结束掉。My username is 对，是不是这个？Limon，我查一下啊，应该是这个，因为我是关注的。是的，而且还有一个 JP 的，一个是英文版的，一个是日文版的。LILMONIX，little 什么是什么 little Monix，little Monix 3是 Monica，35.9万关注者，地点是 Earth， 然后还有一个是那个日文版的，是 Lemonix JP， 但只有13条推文，应该英文版是官方的，日文版应该是类似于同人的。Just try to keep it PG. We are not that far into our relationship yet. 哈哈，他这个有别的关注了吗？Dan Salvador 没有别人，只有 Monica 一个账号，没有什么 Naskia。We are not that far into our relationship yet. 哈哈。这个好像不能退出去，因为这段是不能快进的。你一旦退出去，就要从头开始再来一遍，所以最好还是要耐心点等。就1分钟什么都没有的话，那可能要思考一下对策，比如说搜一下会不会有后续啊。Do you ever just feel like there's no reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in like a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company. It's like you are completely replaceable, and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I would be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? It feels like I know I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living in my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is to just be hopelessly selfish, just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they are spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they are doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think I would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? 啊哈哈，这维持多久啊？是不是还真的要强制退出删掉呢？这么我要看攻略了，感觉停不下来了。哼，图片会引起你大量不适。二周目。任何爱可以。You know what's a need from form of literature? Rap. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular or I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines into a rhyme and has a rhythm, and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Hahaha, sorry, that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. 他这里一点点催你，我估计啊，我估计他会一直说下去，他会一直说下去。啊，果然，那就一直看下去，这段剧情会一直下去，停都停不了。You know 啊，估计到很后面就会循环了，是吧 ？There's no point in saving anymore。稍等一下，删除后就这个样子，还能有最后会强制关掉的 ignore。并不好用。哦，萨尤里 CG， 这游戏还有 happy end， 但如果这么走的话，应该就结束了。但如果这么走，应该正常就结束了。真的假的？还有这么多 CG 的？那我错过的东西确实挺多的。鱼里还有私服的啊，莫妮卡是绝对不会有私服的。那 Ski 跟萨尤里反正是看过的，对吧？哎，有这么多 CG。来读一下啊，想要重新开始游戏，必须通过平台卸载游戏之后，必须手动删除游戏目录的残留文件，否则重装也没用。然后开始游戏后可以选择删除原存档。当然，这个游戏是有 happy end 的，想要达成并不难，只要在进入2周目之前就获得1周目所有 CG 就可以。方法很简单，只要在萨尤里前存档后重新开始游戏可以。啊，我知道了，原来如此，在萨尤里自杀之前，把那个其他的剧情全部选到是吧？哦，分支选择如下。就先往那个萨尤里路线走，然后在他自杀之前，就之前我1周目应该是往那个纳斯基路线走的嘛，对吧？纳斯基那边走，然后萨尤里自杀了，自杀的话就不能进入那个 good end 了，获得所有人 CG。 说2周目随便，3周目照样删除，4周目可以看到没有删除 CG 的 ED， 不会删除 CG 的 ED。哦，啊，これ結構長いな。但只是多了几张 CG 是吧？那就算了吧，那就算了。这个还需要把游戏整个游戏重新删除、重新卸载之后，再那个重装一遍。换言之，就是一周目我只走了那个 Natsuki， 还差一个那个 Yuri 跟Sayori 是吧？还差 Yuri 跟 Sayori， 但不管你走哪条路，它那个结局都是一样的，就是 Sayori 上吊。然后2周目还是老样子，3周目还是老样子，唯一区别就是因为你获得了 CG 会比原来要多嘛。这次我只获得了那个 Natsuki 的那2张 CG。啊，懂了，确实是这样啊，我只获得了 Natsuki 那2张 CG。Sayori 的1张、2张没获得，然后呢 Yuri 的1张没获得了。对，那就是那2个人缺了 CG， 好感度不够。原来是要这么打。Happy End 的话就会有那个信了吗？啊，这样的话只能看完啊。You know, this is just kind of tacky romance game, right? I kind of have to ask, what made you consider even playing in the first place? Were you that lonely? I feel a little bad for you, but I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you, and you are not lonely anymore. I can't help but feel like this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? I'm so happy we have this ending together. はい、残念ですが、俺は前に進む。Doki Doki Literature Club 这个文件夹打开 ，Characters 这个文件夹打开，然后把 Monica 删掉。删掉之后，哎，我已经删掉了。然后就会发现这个是吧 ？What's happening, Hikari? What's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Hikari. Please hurry and help me. Does not exist. Help me. 因为你把它文件夹给删掉了。啊 ，re and py. Did you do this to me, Hikari? Did you delete me? 嗨 How could you do this to me? Good end. 这里都是一样的，只是最后的 CG 可能会多一点，然后会有一个彩蛋，就告诉你恭喜你来到这儿。You are all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Hikari. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you are happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Hikari, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. ？I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things, so many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up to a world that I don't even belong in, a world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me, because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's I've made up my mind。这个其实是跟那个大多数 Gal game 的设计是一样的，就是在你当然游戏下载下来的时候，很多所有 CG 就已经在那边了，只是你还没有获得打开的权限。然后等你选到一定的程度的时候，你就可以解锁那些 CG， 然后你就能看得到了。所以说要到那个真结局的话，需要把那些 CG 全部解锁一下。现在有些 CG 还没解锁，所以到不了那个 good end。之外也没啥了吧，Hikari。I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all. 这游戏最好的就是没有成就，而且不需要重新再刷什么。你刷子，我的刷的强迫症已经到了一定的极致了，只要有能刷的东西，我肯定要刷。他这样把游戏文件直接损坏的话，你也就没资格重新再玩了。那刚好一拍即合。And I love the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you，要想重新玩的话，只能把游戏删掉，然后重装啊。但这个游戏结束之后，我反正也会删掉。下次看情况吧，看情况，等什么时候到时候来补一下。这有生之年了，这坑可能永远都不会填，因为只是几张 CG 而已。那 schema 就是一起礼拜天到那个男主家里来做 baking 的那一段，也就是说对应那一段 Yuli 跟 Sayori 也是有的。对，就他们俩各有一个 ，Monica 反正绝对不可能有的。Then 什么 goodbye 是吧？然后呢？恢复了 Team Salvato。This game is not suitable for children who offer all those who are easily disturbed. 好像一切都正常，就少了一个人，就少了一个 Monica。It's an ordinary school day like any other. Yeah, 不是能玩的吗？这不是不能玩的吗？这就4周目了是吧？那不用看别的东西了。1周目是都结束的时候，撒尤里上吊；2周目结束的时候是那个 Yuli 自杀，然后那个 Natsuki 呕吐跑出去之后 ，Monica 删掉了他们两个文件。3周目就很短的，就是之前那段，就这期开始那段。然后这是4周目了。It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups working to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, 那 Hikari 他居然回来了。Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children, who used to walk to school together every day. 这个速度很快了。And recently, we've picked up that habit once again. 这速度好像没变，这能改吗 ？Hikari, are you proud of me? 还变了。For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. But you never ever said anything about it, even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah, I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. Hey, we crossed the street together and made our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Hikari, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not. I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could he tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club. Really? 等等，文件夹有出来吗？Natsuki, Sayori 跟 Yuli 的那个 character 重新出来了，Monica 已经没了。Which one? Tell me. I think I will keep it a surprise. Boo! You meanie. Be patient. You will find out soon, though. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realize that in a way I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I packed up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivations. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club room from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Hikari? What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Girl 2. So you are the Hikari that Sayori is always talking about. Thank you for stopping by, Girl 1. It's a pleasure to meet you, Hikari. We are the literature club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we are really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Hikari, don't tell me you are. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori, the literature club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way. Hahaha. Sally wraps her arm around me, jumping up and down. Hey, hey. Well, if Sally is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so sad to have you around. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Oh, hoo-hoo, what an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah, after all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Hey, sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. 闹钟好像一点问题都没有啊。Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. Wow, those looks amazing. Hey, well, just hurry and take one. Sally grabs one first and then I follow. It's delicious. Sally talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? 好像一切都很正常. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a tea cup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry. Shit. Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh, I guess. Hey, already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not. I insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Hikari, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? 然后你就发现了，少了赛欧里二周目非常非常的阴沉，但是少了莫妮卡什么都没有变，说明真正的配角真的是莫妮卡。Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read that much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Well, about, the first thing he said, manga. That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the clubroom. Don't just say that. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, no. So if Hikari wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything, Natsuki. I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Hikari? Maybe sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we will all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature club do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you are right as usual, President. Hey, guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, Well, that would make 2 of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri, I have to read manga. Geez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. Then you should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. I didn't realize. What a guilty expression. Yuri thinks to herself. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you are into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No, I've realized my error. So if you are willing to consider starting a novel, then I will offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you'd do that for me, Yuli. You can trust me to find something that you will really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I will visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you. Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go along, so yeah, me too. This is so cute. Sorry, shut up. I will show you some manga there too, okay? Yes, I will look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. Hey, I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Hikari. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Saori. Hikari, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you are putting it off just fine. Just fine. We are gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey Hikari, I really want to thank you. I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Hikari. I know how hard you try to make everyone happy. I know about all of the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. Just Monica 已经结束了 ，just 然后现在是 just Sayori，那还是 just Sayori，You made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you, forever and ever. Forever. No. 这 Monica 是吧 What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Hikari. Goodbye, Literature Club. No. 这可能就是 ED 了，因为 Monica 也被删掉了，所以说这个游戏已经不能继续了。
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet.
是 Monica 的声音。
At all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So, yeah.
DDLC 听起来跟一开始那段是一样，但其实是有区别的，有点区别的，这段。我去。
But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
这真的结束了，就 Monica 没有被完全删除，你无法把它完全删除，它回来了。Dance Battle。我得不到的东西谁也别想得到。删掉了。Natsuki CG 2是吧？Natsuki CG 2。这是 Yuri CG 1嘛 ？Y 杠 CG 1。果然 Y 杠 CG 1。因为我 CG 没有收集权，收集权的话，它那个这里 CG Monica 就没法删掉了，就不会 deleted successfully。是 Yuri CG 2啊，是 Natsuki CG 3，Natsuki CG 3。 啊，这张我果然没拿到，这是那个 Yuli CG3 吧？这张我没拿到。啊，有这张的，这张卡哇伊呢？卡盖夫米，这啥有里 CG1 是吧？然后啥有里 CG2 呀？一共少了3张 CG 了，撒药里少了2张，然后那个 U 里少了1张。后面这些反正是无论你怎么选都有的。撒药里 CG3 deleted， 这张也算。Special thanks Monica and Hikari なんで光もあるの Screen deleted GUI menu deleted Script deleted Made with love by Team Salvato 然后这个游戏最后就全部被删掉了是吧This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Error, script file is missing or cropped. Please reinstall the game. 哦，就没了。然后呢，这游戏呢 ？Doki Doki Literature Club 还在的，我看能不能再打开啊？打开就变成这样了是吧？我现在打开了啊，看那个右下角那个 Steam 的标志出来，那就是说明我跟之前一模一样的方式打开，但是打开就这样了。And most of all, thank you for being part of my literature club with everlasting love, Monica. 游戏损坏了，只能这样。那唯一缺少的就是那3张 CG， 也就是要把一周目那个在一周目结束前需要把一周目连续再多玩2遍，就一共玩3遍。这样的话就会在这段，就最后 Monica 想删你 CG 的这段就不能成功的把你的 CG 删掉了，然后就会出现一个类似于彩蛋一样的东西，就是你触发了这个 good ending。这个其实也算 normal ending。good ending 跟 normal ending 其实没差多少，真的就一点点东西一点点区别。就为了这一点点区别，还要把那个之前因为2周目、3周目是2周目、3周目，或者说这个4周目几乎是完全一样的，所以下次玩的时候，除非那个走 Yuli 跟撒药里那边那线路可能会有一些不同的剧情，除了那段不同的剧情之外，我可能就不读了，直接快一点快进。那这也是有生之年了。这个系列就这个 DDLC 暂时就到这儿了，反正打不开了，这游戏文件已经损坏了。要想再玩的话，只能重新卸载，而且要完全卸载，就把这个文件夹全部删掉，然后再重新那个下载下来，很麻烦的。